It's the Steep Canyon Rangers here on WNCW. Let's hear another song. What are you going to do next?
Let's see. We'll do one. I guess it's listed on the album as Second in Line is what we call it on the record. All right. We just call it.
He's ready.
We just call it Junior. I was raised at the right hand of the big man. I learned young to kiss that ring. Pretty soon that ring will be on my finger. So you better think twice how you're treating me. Yeah, sister dear, she is a beauty. Mama's long since cast aside. Come to think she's just a half-sister to me. So it ain't half wrong if she's my bride. We can count our riches in the middle of the night. Look at them diamonds shine. And all you sorry sons of bitches would never understand what it is to be the man standing second in line. Is life too short for the world to learn? Just the way I like to drink my gin. And if someday I should return, you can put on the suit you're getting buried in. And if you wondered how I got this way, it's the same as my daddy done. I got a big fat check when I turned 18 and kept the working man under my pretty little thumb. We can count our riches in the middle of the night. Look at them diamonds shine. And all you sorry sons of bitches would never understand what it is to be the man standing second in line. In the broad daylight, look at them diamonds shine. And all your sorry sons of bitches would never understand what it is to be the man standing second in line. What it is to be the man.
Second in Line, also called Junior. That's a new song from the new album from the Steep Canyon Rangers, sung by Graham Sharp there, the banjo player. Graham, you wrote, I don't know, you had a hand in most of the songs on this album, and that's another autobiographical tune?
Another.
No.
It's a messed up world over there in Nashville, I tell you.
Yeah. I love the characters you come up with your songs, Graham. It was mentioned earlier that you guys paint a lot of pictures of different characters, tell a lot of stories. A lot of it is just these characters that are in your head.
Yeah, I hate singing that song because it's a detestable character.
Yeah, well, in Hominy Valley, the first single that was released kind of mentioned some characters. Some were maybe kind of unsavory with some of the things they did and changing the face of West Asheville.
Yeah, I mean, that song is, I don't think we're going to do it here today, but, that song is, is a little trip through the history of the neighborhood where Barrett and Nikki and myself live. And, it's not, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of, of anything, but I think it's more just like, the world is changing and people are on the move and like, how do we recognize, where we came from and where we're going? And
Yeah. Well, Second in Line, is this one that you've kind of had for a little while? Did it kind of come together real recently when you guys were starting to collect songs for this?
I think I had it for a little while. I remember being in a dressing room sometime back, and it started a bit different. And then I think as soon as we kind of put it in that sort of old time feel is when it came around like this.
Yeah, that one kind of evolved over time. Had a lot of different feels and different ways it could go.
That's always interesting when we fans of acts that we know and we love the songs, we can kind of like get to know a song, how it started. The genesis of it maybe sounded totally different. It was a ballad and then it became a drive-in number, or it kind of had a jazz feel and then it changed.
And we have a tendency to record songs, like kind of work them up in the studio a lot of times and play them a certain way on the record, and then immediately on our live shows changing them or adding parts or making them longer, stretch them out a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aaron loves that.
Yeah, well, they don't stop evolving in the studio. You know what I mean? You take them out live, and they continue to evolve.
Did that happen, Aaron, with some of your songs? You had a long solo career before joining these guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's the same concept. You write some stuff. You finish some stuff because you've got a deadline. You got a deadline, and so you go and record a handful of songs, and then as you play them, they evolve over time into something a little bit different, slower, faster, different feel. That's kind of the same thing that happens here.
Yeah. That's Aaron Burdett talking, Mike Gugino before that, and these are the Steep Canyon Rangers. Aaron, you've got a bunch of songs on here as well, and are these ones that you kind of had in your back pocket that maybe didn't quite work with your earlier incarnations, and then this was the time, or did these all come together as these guys said, Aaron, there's a deadline, write some songs?
No, these were writ just for the Rangers.
Okay.
These were, that last fall, actually the Mountain Song last year was one of my first local shows with the band. And after that, we started, at the time, we were just kind of focusing on getting through that and some other shows. But then we started really focusing on the recording that was supposed to happen in the winter. And I wanted to contribute a couple songs, and that's what we came up with.
Yeah. That Mountain Song Festival is getting underway tomorrow, 17th one that you guys have hosted there at the Brevard Music Center. That gets underway, I guess gates open at 3 o'clock, and then y'all play tomorrow afternoon. Shannon Whitworth and Woody Platt will do a set, and then the Sam Bush Band. Oh, yeah. I think he's been there before, maybe years ago.
His third time there even.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Already? His third time. All right, well, that's your lineup tomorrow. And then on Saturday, Nikki Talley and Jason Sharp, and A.J. Lee and Blue Summit. A really nice discovery of the last few years I guess it's been a few years now, but she and her band out of California bring a nice kind of California bluegrass sound of what they do. And then Big Richard. Who's that guy?
Funny you ask.
They laugh because you guys know about Big Richard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a group of women from Colorado that kind of convened at a festival and discovered they had a clique.
Yeah, they're going to be a treat for the crowd. Big Richard's wonderful, and then I think coming up after that, we got
Larry
some folks that we shared the stage with a couple weeks ago. Larry and Joe, which is that they're fantastic as well. I don't know if folks know the story or.
Well, tell it.
Okay. I guess Joe Troop is a fellow we've known for many years, and he played with Town Mountain for a little while, and he's been around, and he had that band Che Appalachia that was so wonderful, and the lockdown sort of put the kibosh on that band because most of the band was from Argentina. So Joe, I guess, has been around Durham maybe, and somewhere there, or the Piedmont, doing some stuff with Winston, with refugees and there from South America. And somebody told him there's this guy working construction over in Durham who's the Mark O'Connor of Venezuela. That's how he put it.
Yeah.
And that's this guy Joe, and he plays the harp, he plays a little bit of everything, and it's stunning.
Yeah.
They are really something to see. We saw them a few weeks ago up in Virginia. I was just transfixed.
Me too. That Venezuelan harp, that Latin American harp, I feel like I hadn't really been exposed to it before until Larry and Joe came along. So, okay, well, so that's part of the lineup there on Saturday. And then you guys, it's the Mountain Song Festival that these guys host. It's a benefit for the Cindy Platt Boys and Girls Club of Transylvania County. Once again, I don't know how much you all have raised with these wonderful, generous folks that want to support you guys, and you being so generous to support the Boys and Girls Club. That's a good cause each year.